Kiai Itika is 64 years old. She lives in a Gopet cell, Katakwi Town Council in Katakwi District. She is distraught because her eldest daughter, a primary 6 pupil, suffered complications from a botched abortion. Itika is living with a disability. In February this year, a known man seduced and impregnated her daughter. The girl, afraid to tell her mother about her plight, sought advice from her friends. The friends referred her to a woman known for helping young girls terminate pregnancies using herbal medicine. According to Itika, the herbalist refused to release her daughter until she was sure the herbs had worked. However, when the girl's health began to deteriorate, the woman, fearing that she might die in her home, sent her back to Itika. She was in a bad state. Itika suspects that the woman may have been working in collaboration with the man who got her pregnant, though neither has openly admitted to it. The girl returned home complaining of severe headaches and abdominal pain. Itika took her to various clinics and hospitals.
I now decided to take her to one of the clinics for scanning. It's from the clinic that they told me that the abortion was done and the remains of the child were still in the stomach. The uterus was also damaged.
Despite the treatments, her condition worsened. Eventually, she was rushed to a hospital where she received a blood transfusion and further treatment. The medical bills were overwhelming. In a desperate attempt to save her daughter's life, Itika sold her only cow, which she had purchased using money from the Parish Development Model Program, for 1.5 million shillings. The amount, though, was not enough to clear the hospital bills.
I tried everything I could. When I took this girl to hospital, there were so many costs involved. Treating her, providing for her while she was in hospital. I tried to ask even this wife, this lady who helped my child to abort, together with her husband that helped me. They never helped me in any way to be able to treat this girl.
Even I was the witness when he received that money, PDM money. But they sold that cow because of that problem.
Itika says after reporting the matter to police, officers visited the herbalist's home and picked some herbs as exhibits.
The police told me I needed to take them to the government chemist for testing to confirm whether they were the ones that caused the abortion or if they were poisoners. I was asked to pay 200,000 shillings to facilitate the process, but I couldn't afford it.
Up to now, Itika claims that the herbal samples are still stuck in Katakwi because the police officers claim they lack funds to send them to Kampala City. She worries that if the samples go bad, they may no longer yield accurate results.
I have already lost a lot of money. My daughter was put on a soft diet that required special meals, which I had to buy. I've been feeding the whole family and now I have nothing left, not even food. It's the neighbors who are helping us survive.
When NTV visited her home, her daughter had traveled to Soroti City for another scan after experiencing abdominal pain. Itika had to sell her mattress and borrow 70,000 shillings to afford her daughter's transport fare.
That is the problem I have, and it's very big. I request government to come in to help me in this problem.
The man suspected of impregnating the girl has since disappeared. Itika says her daughter has refused to reveal his identity.
She just told us that there is a man who had a son to some lady who has a restaurant, but she did not even disclose the name of that lady who has a restaurant.
She is worried about how she will repay the PDM loan since she has already sold the cow.
And that for us
Betty Angiro, the senior probation officer for Katakwi District, confirmed that her office received the complaint and claims of attempts to manipulate the case.
And I called the state of court and told him, have you heard about this matter? And he's like, yeah, but you know, the case is still ongoing because what I've only put in the file is to tell the police to get sufficient evidence through taking those herbs for testing.
She says her office lacks the resources to support such vulnerable families, and sometimes she has had to use her own funds to follow up on cases.
For example, a case where a child was also defiled by her own father. I had to meet my own cause to support the people who are in charge, the testing, to take that up to Kampala for them to bring back the DNA results.
Child abuse and teenage pregnancies are high in Katakwi District, with over 1,000 teenage pregnancies recorded in the district last year. Angira says that this case would not have come to light if the girl had not suffered complications from the abortion.
It means that it gets back to the community where these atrocities happen from, where the family now takes this as an advantage to reap from the man's side. Because here in Teso, people like the things of, harmonizing issues.
The woman said to have performed the abortion was released on police bond. When NTV contacted Ibrahim Saiga, the district police commander, he declined to be interviewed for this story. Nobat Atkunda, NTV News.
Yes.